Are you working on a 1959 through 1961 Impala? And well, you've come to the armrests and they look a little gnarly like this. Ooh, disgusting. And you'd rather have them look a little bit more like this? Ooh. All right, maybe the music won't come there, but you get the idea. We've got this video just for you. My name is James Howell. I'm the son of Danny Howell, part of Southeast Chevy Parts, where we've been in business for over 50 years and have helped over 150,000 Chevy enthusiasts like yourself get your classic Chevy dream car back on the road again. Since we specialize in parts, I made this video especially for you. Today we're going to be installing armrests in a 59 to 61 Impala. Now, to be clear, there's actually a difference between the 5960 and the 61. Visually, if you had them next to each other, you can see that the hole placement for installing them on the door itself is different. On a 59, it's going to be 9.5 inches, whereas on the 61, you're looking about 7 3/4. Now, if you're out in a swap meet and you don't have a way to compare them and you're like, oh my goodness, I don't have a tape measure, how am I gonna figure this out? Which one am I holding in my hand? Here's a kind of quick way to do it. If you pinch your knuckles, not the tip of your finger, but your knuckles here together, this spacing right about there is about 1 inch. And if you take a look on your 59, which is going to be 1 inch away, it should be 1 spacing. Sure enough, there it is. That's a 59. And if we take our 62, it should be 2 inches. So if we go 1, 2, sure enough, there's our hole right there. This is the 61. So that's a quick way of kind of telling the difference. Now, before we install the armrests, of course, you want to make sure that you're going to have retainers on the door, which I'm going to get to in just a moment, and a beautiful door panel installed on there with the top rail. If you need help with any of those parts, let us know. We provide the top rails as well. But if you're looking for, the retainers, I'll talk about that here in just a moment. Of course, I decided to leave the door panel out because that way you could visually see everything a little bit better, and because I didn't have a door panel. But you get the picture. So let's go ahead and we're going to get started with the retainers in order to install the armrests. Now, they made 2 different styles. GM made 2 different styles, and they look like little tiny bucket seats. If you look at this guy right here, this is one of the clips, and then here's another style of the same. If you notice, they both have kind of a bucket seat shape to them, and the difference, of course, is up at the top. This one has a T, this one has a little tiny like finger, like I'm number 1. And so that's the 2 different styles. I'm going to install both of them so you get an idea of how to install them. They're roughly about the same in installing them, and this is, you need to make sure that you have that installed first, but of course before doing the door panel and the armrest. So let's go ahead and get started with that. So, to install these clips, here's a better close-up of the 2 different styles of the clips. They are pretty much going to be the same thing. For this one, for the T, you're going to start from the inside, go it up, and then of course pushing it in and then down like so. That's how you would put it in, oops, and that's how also, in the reverse order, you'd put it out. Now, make sure you don't do the mistake I just did, is you don't want to install it on these ones. You actually want to do it on the outer one. So let's put it on the correct one. Go up, push that through, pop it down, and there we go. That one is nice and in its place. And then we're going to do the same for this one on the other far end. This one will come in here, push it up, and then down, and that one locks into place. It should have a bit of a angled entry point because the screws from the armrests are going to go up at an angle, and that's how you install the retainers. With the retainers installed now, it's time for the last step, and that is putting our armrest on. I've gone ahead and I pre-assembled it with the finger guards, got a nice pad on here, and of course you would want to also be installing that beautiful reflector to make sure that that's on there, and the chrome caps. Now I need to say something about the chrome caps. If you take a look here, you'll see there's a difference. This is a 4-door and this is a 2-door. They reproduce this, but they don't reproduce this. We actually get these chrome plated, so if you need a set of 2 doors, we can provide you that. The four doors are shorter because the door itself is a little bit shorter, and so that's why there is a difference on that. So keep that in mind. Also, when you receive the armrest, it needs to be bare metal. If it's been painted, you're going to need to media blast it, because in order to do the upholstery, you're going to put an adhesive on there, and it needs to be bonding directly to the metal. The paint will interact and make a mess. So make sure that it's raw metal when you get it upholstered. Once that's done, panels on there, everything's ready to go. Let's go ahead and get this thing installed. And of course, you're going to need 2 specialty screws in order to get those installed. I'll provide, again, a link in the description where you can get those. It's nice that there's no panel, because I can see the retainers a little bit easier. You will actually have to oftentimes kind of pre-punch where the holes are in the door panel, so that way you're not making a wild guess as to where they are. Hand tighten them, and then of course cinch them up with the screwdriver, and there you go. Beautiful armrests installed. Sure beats the heck out of those rusty ones that are falling apart. And I would love it if you would like, subscribe, comment about this video, and take a look at any of our other videos that we have on how-to and tech stuff. Until next time, enjoy driving your classic Chevy dream car.